Alright guys, this would be my version of my Regen build, which is my favorite build. I generally tend to be on this build when I'm PvPing, like this would be my go-to PvP build. It's 5 blues, 1 red, but obviously using the bleed chest piece, you're gonna have a red regardless. Altogether it's 3% armor regen, and then I use the contractor gloves because it's best in slot. Having, say, a Sokolov piece for SMGs hits less hard as the contractor gloves, so it wouldn't be best in slot for me to replace that with a Sokolov, which I do have, but it's, like I said, not best in slot. So this version is, I would say, the strongest version to this build if it's built the same. And Adrenaline Rush on the backpack still, just like the other build, the survivability of Adrenaline Rush cannot be beat. There is something called Wicked, which would help your damage. However, that Adrenaline Rush you would lose, and the survivability trade-off for the little damage increase that you get is not worth it. Secondary, obviously Seda, since I'm using the bleed build. However, this build can be countered, like if you're going up against Hasbro build, for instance, or a guy that's running the booster hive, a lot of them, it does counteract the bleed. However, I use my other version to the other build that I showed on the last video, and I will show you that in a second here. The stats are similar to the other one. 59 crit chance, 134 crit damage, so it does hit harder and I have higher weapon damage. However, the trade-off would be 240k armor and then like 26k armor regen. However, me knowing how to play PvP, I still feel like I'm using the other build just because I know how to move and all of that. On top of that, the bleed regen that you get from this chest piece is absolutely insane. So the other version that I would use, if, like I said, the enemy is countering my bleed and I can't get that bleed chest piece to proc, it would be this version. So back to the Hunter Killer chest piece with the Intimidate. However, I'm now using the Coyote Mask to get that increased 25 crit damage and that red back on this build. The same thing, using the contractor gloves so I hit harder, and then still gaining my 3% regen from having my Emperor's Guard knee pads, Bellstorm, and 2 Golems, sorry. And then, because I'm not running the bleed chest piece, I've switched this to Strained. However, a good other substitute would be Optimus, InSync, and the Perfect Measured for your secondary gun. Stats on this one are pretty much bang on the same. Got 59, 134, and then 64. Yeah, I think it's literally the exact same as the other build, just using Intimidate, Adrenaline Rush instead of the bleed chest piece instead. Skills, again, and specialization is varied to your skills. Normal tradition, you would see the Firewall with the Striker Shield and Deflector Drone, or switched up to an AMP. I just use these skills because it suits me and my playstyle a bit better.